one of the bands appearing tonight at HoHo Show number 4. They are Joy Formidable. Welcome back, everybody.
Hello, everyone.
Very nice to see you, and very nice to have you back in St. Louis. The new album is out on January 22nd. It's called Wolf's Law. We've been playing the new single, This Ladder Is Ours. Great song. One of the things that I wanted to ask you from the start, so about this time last year, we had you at a HoHo Show, and at that point, I think you were at the beginning of the recording process. Now, when do you know you're ready to record? Do you do what some folks do and have a bunch of material ready to go into the studio, or do you just go into the studio and go, let's find out what happens?
No, I think it was just starting to become so chaotic because we write all the time. Mm-hmm. So we'd literally been writing on the road, in the bus, in hotel rooms. But it leads to kind of like a lot of threads of different songs and lots of different ideas. So I just think it got to the point where our notebooks and our phones and our dictaphones were just so full that we were like, we need to get away and just kind of reflect on what we've actually, what are we sat on here, and then we went to Portland, Maine, probably straight after we saw you guys last year in January.
Very good. Now, and I read a little bit about that Maine experience, okay? Now, correct me if I'm wrong, and please add where you need to. I read 9 feet of snow, snowed in for a couple of weeks, no internet, no cable. Now, listen. I'd love to say that I could make it without cable for a couple of weeks, but I don't know that I could. Talk about that process a little bit.
Oh, you mean cable TV? Oh yeah, the TV was dreadful, wasn't it? Do you remember? There was nothing on apart from...
I think. Go on.
Oh, I was going to say there's nothing on apart from... I think it was Judge Judy. You know when all of a sudden you're watching Judge Judy and she seems like the best thing you've ever seen.
Hey, don't knock Judge Judy.
The one link to the outside world was Judge Judy. But
I think just kind of solitary confinement is exactly kind of what we needed. We needed some solitude. We like Richie said, we had all these ideas and we needed to have time. We never really have much time to fully realize these ideas. It's a lifestyle, so we're always writing. We definitely don't enjoy sort of not writing and then you go into the studio and that's when you find this magic. I think you should get your inspirations down whenever you feel them, but we just needed that time to fully focus on realizing them.
Yeah.
Now, was it hard to actually get the time? You know what I mean? I mean, did you guys have to say, okay, the bus stops here right now? Did you really have to say to folks, we need this time? Probably not only, to write and record, but probably just to kind of recoup
to some degree.
A bit.
Yeah, to some degree.
Yeah, I mean, we're always busy, and we like being on the road. I think we definitely need a balance of both. I mean, we love being in the studio, but when we're in the studio, we're itching to be back on the road, and vice versa. So I think it just got up, to that point in January where we did the record in pretty much in 3 weeks in Maine, and then we went back to London and we did the drums and the strings in London. So it was very, very quick, wasn't it? There was a really good energy and focus, and it, like I said, it led to a very kind of spontaneous, let's just capture, these songs as they come, and it all felt really good. The energy was really good.
Now, is there stuff from these sessions that were left off that maybe you have the makings of the next record, or maybe even some B-sides and things?
Oh, yeah, definitely. I think it's nice to reflect back on old ideas and put them in a context that you're feeling right now. And we actually did that with this record. Some of the ideas we could trace back 2 years ago, but that's what I'm kind of saying. That if you're always writing, then you've always got these ideas that you can draw from, and it doesn't feel strange to use an old idea. I think if you're always getting these ideas down, then there's always going to be quality there. I think a lot of it comes back to what I was saying about that you don't push things. If you're always writing,
always
then
busy.
There's I feel anyway that there's always a likelihood of quality rather than, right, we've got to feel inspired, we've got to have good ideas, oh my God, how's this record going to do? All that, you should forget about all that and just constantly, right, this isn't a job,
Right.
So.
Yeah,
right.
And not everything in the context of an album either. I mean, we've got a lot of material. I don't know how we're going to share it. We're working on a Welsh EP because, Welsh is your first language, my second. So I think it's just about being busy and understanding where those tracks belong. song or what you want to do with them. Sometimes it feels natural for them to belong in a collection like an album. Other times it's just nice to share them spontaneously, play them live, not put too many things in boxes.
Very good, very good. All right, next question. Opening for Muse, opening for the Foo Fighters. Easy gig, tough gig. Which one? Because I would assume,
easy gig.
Easy gig?
Yeah.
Because I would assume you got a lot of folks a lot of eyes there. That would make me nervous.
Well, what I liked
that
about it
doesn't
was
bother
at
us.
the Muse, the reaction was quite funny. I mean, I always like the challenge of playing to new audiences, but, the Foo's gigs that we did, it felt like really good reception. Felt like we got a really good reception for the Muse shows as well. Not that I care that much because people either connect with it or they don't, frankly, and you can't change that. But, people didn't like cussing from the Muse concerts. I don't know if any of them had ever been to a rock show before, because they didn't seem to like cussing or spitting. They didn't seem to care what we were playing. They actually liked the music, but they didn't like the cussing and the spitting.
The odd one, the odd
That's very surprising.
Which, if you go to a Foo's concert, there's plenty of that, and bring it on.
It's not even about that, is it? It's not even about that.
Exactly.
It's the fact that it might happen. Anything might happen. That's kind of the beauty of live music to some degree.
The danger of rock and roll.
This
is what these people are missing. Go back to your office
That's
and send an email about the last quarter.
That's awesome. I love a rock show with a good swear word, for sure. I mean, why wouldn't you? All right. So it looks as though, I looked at your schedule today, and it looks as though you have 2 or 3 more shows. Then it looks like you get about a month break, and then you're back out again. Couple of questions here. First of all, where will you go when you're home? Because if I read correctly, you 3 don't have homes. 2, what are you going to do for your holidays? And if you need somewhere to go, you're more than welcome to join my family.
Oh,
we do it up big style, and my girl can cook out of this world.
Oh, well, that sounds
just throwing that out there.
Hey, we'll
that sounds
hold you to that.
delicious. Well, we're going to have a little break. Matt Thomas is going to India, aren't you?
Yeah.
He's going to go and party on a beach in India.
He's going to find himself. He's been lost for a while now.
Well, find my marbles maybe.
We're going to do something kind of quite surreal. I don't quite understand it because I don't like crowds. But I do like roller coasters, but I'm going to Disney World.
Oh.
I'm going to go and see the mouse.
Just for a few days.
Yeah, and you're coming with...
Well, I think we wanted a little bit of... I mean, we've been super, super busy, so we wanted some kind of warmish weather, and Ritty's parents are coming, and, Mum sometimes gets ill, so she needs some dryish weather to kind of... because there's not much of that going on in North Wales, you know what I mean? So we're gonna enjoy going over to Florida for a little bit, but there's not much of time off, to be honest. I mean, from January onwards, we've got a lot of playing, even before the touring starts and the records out. We've got a lot of playing to do, because we've had very little time, to be honest, to rehearse these new tracks off the album,
Mm-hmm.
in
But
terms of rehearsing, though, in terms of actually finding the live character, because we don't want to get up there and just replicate the records.
Yeah, exactly,
I think that's more what we want to try and figure out, is bring a little bit of live flavour to the tracks from the record. And Matt Thomas has been busy building something rather exciting for next year's touring, which we can't really tell you about it, but it's big and it's lasery.
It's quite boring if you explain it, but
when you see
it's going to be
when
cool.
You see it, people are gonna be wetting themselves with excitement. And when we pull that baby out, it's gonna be like the Trojan horse.
Oh dear.
we're not giving anything away, but it starts with butt and then ends with plug, doesn't it?
Oh, please.
No,
But it's not what you think.
That's what you've been whittling in the bus. A wooden...
Oh yeah, sorry, wrong. I'm in the wrong conversation.
Boy,
now, so.
I'm telling you what, this interview took a turn that I did not foresee. It really did.
You've interviewed us before, right?
You know what's coming.
Yeah.
Now make sure you get here plenty of time tonight. 7 o'clock, 21 Pilots. 8 o'clock, my guest Joy Formidable take the stage. Again, January 22nd, Wolf's Law, new album from Joy Formidable in stores. This Ladder Is Ours is the new single, so I think it only makes sense that we cap off the interview by playing the new single.
Let's play it.
Lovely.
All right, thank you guys so very much
Thank you
for
so
your time.
much. Great to be back.
Enjoy your show tonight, and we know that we will enjoy you again. See him tonight, 8 o'clock. It's Joy Formidable. The song is called This Ladder Is Ours. It's new music on 105.7 The Point, everything alternative.